Right, you know when you start a job and it's a lot more involved and a lot worse than you'd expected? I think this is one of those. I mean, this window, I knew this window wasn't good, but this is an absolute cobbled together. What a load of rubbish. So this is now on the list of things that need remaking. We'll have to remake the whole window at some stage. But so today's exercise is little more than filling in this hole by the look of it with a bit of glass. I wouldn't really call it doing it properly in any way, shape or form. There we go. So I think there's going to be a lot of creative putty work. I think that's the best way to look at this. That is such a long way from ideal. Right. Don't think there's any more pins or nails in there. Good grief. Got a piece of glass. As ever, one of the most important tools in the workshop. A tape measure. So if I make it 330, that would do it. This measurement is so vague. By 710 would do it. Now this job has developed in a way that I didn't expect, because I kind of thought there was something to work against at the bottom and at the top, but there isn't really, is there? So I think I'll effectively form a rebate by just screwing in a piece of wood. Oh, that's gonna that's so big. That's too big. Let's have another look, see what else we've got. Can't win. Well, that was frustrating. Reversing my motorbike out of the garage, pushing it out of the garage to so I could repair that one window. I managed to break the rear stoplight on the motorbike. So one thing after another. Definitely time to sharpen up the saw blade. So, down at the bottom, I mean, where it really is just a load of old rubbish dumped in, I'm going to add my bit of rubbish, and then I'm going to put that there to sort of form a sort of a half-hearted rebate. That is poor. Yeah, I've managed to put a big crack in it, or several. Dear. Silly boy. Well, the way it's looking at the moment is that the bottom of the window is going to be largely held together by putty once it goes off. Okay. Not good. Oh no, this would be a miracle if it's a clean break. Well, that's not what I expected to happen. Bollocks. I think that's the technical term. There's bad news on the putty front, I'm afraid. We haven't got any. Oh, this just goes from bad to worse. However, putty is it not, just fine powder bound together with boiled linseed oil. I've got the constituent ingredients. Let's give it a go. This is where I hear myself saying stupid things like, how hard can it be? Right, I've got plaster of Paris because I suspect as long as it's not hygroscopic or not going to rot, something inert, the powder itself is probably not that critical. It's just a binder, isn't it? So I think a nice fine plaster of Paris should do that really nicely. And then it's boiled linseed oil, which cures with UV. And it's probably going to be one of those things where it goes from being dry and unusable to too much oil in seconds, just with like one little bit too much oil, and it's going to be useless, I suspect. So okay, a little bit more. Obviously the smell of putty is just boiled linseed oil, so it smells right if nothing else. Well, it's not looking too bad actually. This reminds me of some of the bread making I was doing during lockdown. I'll tell you what, I don't think I'll ever buy any more putty for glazing if it's that easy to make. Right, that is too wet, isn't it? It's about right. Just a little bit too wet, I think. Because that's not going to stay where I put it. It's going to flow, which we don't want. Oh dear. Or maybe we'll try it with that.